Okay, we're live doing this stuff. Little delayed because I had to take care of a few things before stream started, but hey, you know, we're here. We're going. It's an active stream. I just got a text. It's total scam. Oh god, you gotta love random things that just happen. Like, let me start streaming. Get a scam text. It's beautiful. Right. Anyway, ignoring my distractions. Decided to have a little bit of fun this morning. Nothing too crazy. Um, I thought I would start off. I wanted to go outside of my normal realm of looking at things. And after doing the currently members only Mr. Batman uh, video a bit ago, which is an interesting one, a little bit of a downer, but worth doing commentary on. I decided, I'll go live for a bit. We'll see what happens. Hey, Michael. Um, And yeah, so enough of me rambling. I decided, we'd look around, or I'd look around, and it's like, oh, hey, we got Ray Comfort. I haven't done anything on him. It's like you look up Ray Comfort and you get his channel with all his little street ministry, junk. But you look up Living Waters, you get slightly more interesting stuff. But in this case, I found a video that was just a little odd for me, titled "Angry Man Threatened to Call." Excuse me. Angry man threatens to call cops on Ray Comfort. And I'm like, okay, this is part of his street preaching stuff and the little, man on the street interviews he does. But let's see where this goes. It was uploaded, a couple of weeks ago. Let's see what happens. This will be a nice little starter to whatever happens.
Bring it back and we'll talk.
Yeah, and then let's get the cops over here because you guys are.
Please do that. Please do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you ever watch YouTube Shorts?
Seems like someone doesn't like Ray at all. I can understand. He's probably notorious along this beach or the beaches around this area for doing this, and there are a group who's probably sick and tired of him. Of course, there's probably dozens of people doing all kinds of obnoxious things, so he's just one in a million there.
It's been a minute, but yes.
Great for Christians. It's a huge mission field. Yeah. So you're a Christian?
Absolutely.
You read your Bible daily?
I do need to get back into it because it's something that means a lot. And, as you get older, you get a little wiser and you kind of wish you would have stayed in the Bible a little longer.
And show your love.
Translation, you slowly grow more and more desperate as your life falls apart in one way or another. Nothing ever stays the same forever. Or just the fact that, the Reaper, invariably, you feel the Reaper coming. And so you look for any comfort you can, pun not intended. Although, honestly, this dude looks, mid-30s at the latest, so.
By reading his word. It's his love letter to you, okay?
100%, because he's blessed me with so many things, and I give praise to everything that I've been given. And I always like to reach out to my grandfather who passed away years ago, and he's the number one person in my life outside of God, so...
So this dude just said he talks to dead people, and this is completely normal. This is just accepted. Just think about that for a minute. It's like, I'm just going to talk to this dead guy. What? And this is normal in this society. This is seen as perfectly sensible logic. But if anyone from any other part of the world with a faith system that isn't explicitly Christianity, some sort of accepted variant of it, says that they got demons, they're talking to witches, they're in league with Satan. It's insane how they can't just take a step back and look and be like, maybe it's all bullshit.
You talk to him?
I do.
You're going to heaven when you die?
I better.
Why?
I've done everything so well.
Are you a good person?
100%.
When did you last look at pornography?
My friend is in industry, and I watch videos as support.
So what do you think God thinks of that?
Definitely would have been a strike.
Jesus said, whoever looks upon a woman to lust for her has committed adultery already with her in his heart. Still think you're a good...
Yes, the classic, let's quote some random shit from this book, which, contains vast amounts of rape and the like and tons of coveting of shit. But, we're going to ignore that crap. We're going to ignore God basically allowing groups to do whatever the hell they want because they were chosen so they could get away with it. And let's just make this one person feel bad for a thought crime that honestly affects nobody whatsoever. It's insanity. But this is normal.
Good person.
100%.
How many lies have you told in your life?
Now I'm going to say 100.
What do you call someone who tells lies?
A liar.
A preacher.
Ever stolen something?
I have.
Ever used God's name in vain?
Yes,
Love your mum?
absolutely.
Would you ever use her name as a cuss word?
No,
Because you respect her.
1,000,000%.
Well, you know, she is actually real. See, there's a big difference between your magic sky daddy, your magic carpenter zombie man, and this dude's mom is that his mom is real. She doesn't exist just inside of his head.
Don't respect the God that gave you a mother. You've taken his holy name and used it as a cuss word to express disgust.
When you break it down like that, it's definitely embarrassing.
By your own admission, you
Austin, buddy, I'm far from a beast. I'm just an ADD-laden asshole who has decided that the joy I get out of making content and watching people come in, seeing the views go up, getting to interact with y'all live for these live streams and the like, it's an endorphin rush. It's just plain fun. And so it's like, if y'all get something out of it and I'm getting something out of it, everybody wins. So why not, right? I'll, end this and I'll go back to Guild Wars sooner or later. But for now, I was doom scrolling for like an hour through YouTube Shorts, and I was like, I think I'll go on and stream because I haven't streamed since like last night where it was 3 fucking hours because I got nothing else to do on a Sunday morning. I'm just doing my thing, which apparently pisses off somebody. If AJ is able to get in, we'll touch on that in detail. Otherwise, maybe I'll just address it at another point. But apparently, me making my content has been pissing off a certain drunk asshole on the interwebs. But we'll save that for later. Love to see anyone give pushback against Ray Comfort during his interviews. I think that's what we're going to get to here in a sec. Stacy, hey. Dick Nana's out of someone like Ray motherfucking Comfort. Yeah, his whole shtick is pretty just ugh. Bad thing is you count as if the bad things you count as real, if the bad things you think count as real, then good things you think are real. Hey guys, I fed the world and ended hate and war. Thank you, Tubian. Somebody had to fucking go ahead and do it. Everyone thank Tubian. Solve the world's real problems. Oh wait, the world doesn't work that way. A noble effort, my friend, but yeah. You've just proven that magic thoughts don't do much of anything. I'm not saying you're right, Tubian, but I'm not saying you're wrong either. What I will say is that this person, to quote their Lord and Savior 0645-2017, they apparently need to ride on my coattails for views. And also think that at this stage that anything they say is actually going to bother me. I don't even have a desire to watch their stupid ass content, even for the lulz. But let's see where this goes, because so far we've just got Christian dude getting talked down to by jerk ass Comfort, and then apparently someone calls the cops. So let's see where this goes.
You've just told me you're a lying, thieving, blasphemous, self-righteous adulterer at heart. If God,
yeah, that's right. Ray really talks shit to people. You know why they laugh? Because the dude knows that deep down that you're just being a prick. And the fact that you would be just as rude to another theist as you would be to an atheist or someone of another faith that you don't agree with in the way you present things and the way you run your script, pretty pathetic. You're just going to take the whole damn lot of everybody and just your whole shtick is make them feel terrible. How about we turn that around on you, Ray? I would love to interview you and nitpick at every single thing you've done that's scummy, and then judge you for it.
judges you by those 10 commandments on Judgment Day, you're going to be innocent or guilty.
Well, if it's just that, if it's a small piece of the pie, one slice of the pie, then yes, I'd be a bad. But you didn't look into all the other good that I bring into this world.
Okay, now try that in a court of law. Just think about it for a moment. You committed a very serious crime, like you raped a woman. You say, Judge, I am guilty, but I want to tell you about all the good I've done. Judges can say, what are you talking about? This is a court of law. What do you mean the good you've done? I'm here to judge you on your crimes, not the good you've done. That's
Well, needlessly, the example given of the crime committed, which is chosen specifically for how heinous it is, isn't something where this stuff would happen. There are a lot of cases where the quote unquote good someone has done in the world is actually weighed against the crime for lesser violations. And people have been given lighter sentences based on various criteria. You do have to take it on a case by case basis. The law isn't as blanket, textbook cut and dry as someone like Ray would, I don't even say think it is, but say they want it to be. So this analogy breaks down since these divine edicts are supposed to be cut and dry, quite literally set in stone.
That's how law works. It's exactly the same with God. Your good works mean nothing to God. It's only your crimes to be judged with on Judgment Day.
Let me
Oh, here we go. Everyone buckle up. This is going to be good.
interview you while you're telling a little 18-year-old girl that she's going to go to hell.
18-year-old girl?
You just told a little 18-year-old girl that she's going to go to hell.
There we go. Dude's pissed off because of Ray's street interview shit. Apparently, to a very young adult, late teen, and it was upsetting. Like the stuff is supposed to be from the religious point of view, but the problem is they don't realize that if people just look at it broadly, it's like, dude, you're just coming up and harassing people. Is all you're doing. You think you're trying to save people? Let them figure that out themselves. So if that's the catalyst for this dude doing what he does, yeah, I'm 100% in.
When was this?
Right now.
We'll bring it back and we'll talk to him. We'll find out what the story is. I interviewed a guy.
You did, my nephew.
I didn't interview her.
Oh, you didn't?
No, bring it back and we'll talk.
Yeah, and then let's get the cops over here because you guys are
Please
harassing
do that. Please do that.
people. Yeah, you're
Boy, I don't know why he's so angry.
Everybody handles things
Well,
differently. And
Why he's angry? Ray, you're a fucking asshole. You're an obnoxious piece of shit who annoys the fuck out of people. You edit videos in malicious ways, you and your team. You're a professional liar, being any kind of apologist, preacher, what have you. The fact that more people don't come up and give you, I'm going to go old school with this, give you the business is amazing.
that was an example of how not to handle stuff.
This is the young man I interviewed about a new venture we're beginning with YouTube Shorts. The young lady in question was standing about 10 feet away. I guess she was listening. I'll leave the 30-second promo in for context. Do you ever watch YouTube Shorts?
I do quite a bit.
Do you ever see any Christian shorts?
I can't seem to skip those.
Do you believe in God?
I believe there is something greater.
Recently, someone took one of our witnessing videos and created a short that received over 3 million views in 3 weeks. YouTube Shorts get 70 billion views each day. 70 billion. This is a massive mission field, so we not only give you permission to create shorts from our videos, we will teach you how to do it in 5 minutes. Check out livingwaters.com/shorts to find out.
Okay, just put an ad right in the middle. I guess Ray is playing the YouTube game quite well.
Our guidelines on how you can create shorts from our videos. So, have you ever heard the Bible verse, the wages of sin is death?
No, I
It's
haven't.
pretty famous. It's saying this: God is paying you in death for your sins. Like a judge who looks at a criminal
Yeah, what an asshole.
who's committed multiple murders, but he says, I'm a good person. The judge says, I'm going to show you how serious your crimes are. I'm giving you the death sentence. This is your wages. This is what you've earned. And Sean, sin is so serious to a holy God, he's given you the death sentence. You're on death row. You're in a holding cell. Nice blue roof, good air conditioning, good lighting, but this life is a holding cell. And your death will be evidence to you that God is deadly serious about sin. So here's the...
Yes, the all-loving, all-forgiving deity is going to punish you because magic thought crimes. It's not very loving. Y'all never seem to want to address that. Y'all never seem to want to explain that in a way that makes any kind of sense.
the question. What did God do for guilty sinners like you and me so we wouldn't have to go to hell?
Sacrifice his own life,
Yeah.
for the greater of all of us.
Yes, sacrifice himself to himself for laws he created so that you can be forgiven from crimes he created when this thing could just forgive them by default. It's so stupid. Like, I'm going to sound like a broken record in these videos. Eventually, you're going to hear everything I've got to say. because there's nothing new in this discussion.
Most people know that, but they don't know this. And Sean, if you can get a grip of this, it's going to change everything for you. The 10 Commandments are called the moral law. You and I broke the law.
Which set? The first set or the second set? Also, there's more like 600 some odd, because the list continues. But what do I know? I'm no theologian.
Jesus paid the fine. That's what happened on that cross. That's why he said, it is finished just before he died. He was saying paid in full. If you're in court and you've got speeding fines and
Yeah, I am an equal opportunity offender. And that you're going to come onto my channel and you're going to be offended by someone I'm covering because it's going to be one of these ass clowns. Because they get views, sadly. And by they get views, I mean me covering them gets views. Like I've seen it. If it's just some random preacher, 100 views, maybe a little more. No one has time to follow a 10-minute video on that. But you get one of these, law cows in here, and man, people love it. So just playing the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
somebody else pays those fines, a judge will let you go if you plead guilty.
And now look at it though. Look at dude's face. Okay, he was bubbly at the beginning, and now when it's reached a serious point, he's now to some degree upset, and that really is a problem because really, when you boil down what Ray does, is he goes around and he is, to really dumb it down, he is actively hurting people in a way that he believes helps them, and it's insanity. And like I say so many times, he's seen as the good guy. This guy was fine having a good day at the beach, and now he's going to be upset because Ray tapped in to the dude's belief in the fairy tale he was brought up believing and thinking that he's going to be magically punished even though he's been a good person, because that's Ray's interpretation of favorite fairy tale. You just ruined this dude's day. And you're the good guy, Ray?
Say you're out of here, you're guilty, but you can go. Someone's paid your fine and it's legal. Well, God can legally take death off you because Jesus paid the fine and fell on that cross, rose from the dead, defeated death. And if you'll simply repent of your sins and trust alone in Jesus, not your goodness, because you don't have any, God promises he'll grant you everlasting.
Well, fuck you, Ray. You have no goodness either. I do, though. And I think this gentleman does. I'm certain this gentleman does. You just get a vibe from this guy that he's pretty all right. The dude who was angry earlier, all right. Righteously indignant, I might add. And I love to get to be able to use that phrase or a variation of righteous indignation. I dare say everyone you've interviewed could be quantified as mostly good. And yet you want to call them scum. You're horrible, Ray. The only evil person is you in this entire thing. You, Ken Hovind, Ken Ham, Matt Powell, all you fuckers. Y'all are the only evil ones.
Everlasting life is a free gift, not because you're good, but because he's good and kind and rich in mercy. Does that make sense?
It definitely does.
What you need to do is repent and trust alone in Jesus. The second you do that, God says, I'll wash away your sins and grant you everlasting life as a free gift. So don't walk away from here and clean up your life, because that won't do anything. It's like saying to a judge, I raped a woman, but I'm going to clean up my life.
But moving forward, I'm never going to do something like that. It would seem silly.
So make sure you
technically speaking, while it never applies this way, our justice system is built around the idea of rehabilitation. So that kind of actually is the end point of these things. Of course, in some cases, crimes are so heinous, people shouldn't necessarily be released back to general population and the like, but I'm not about to describe the entire, I say general population, I meant, free society. Or general population, depending on things. But I'm not about to get into the criminal debate here and get into all that because, again, it's super nuanced and it's not an area I've focused on. But it suffices to say that this idea Ray is going on to where rehabilitation or the attempt to continue to be good is simply pointless is a misconception of what actual justice, as applied in a reasonably civilized society, is. Again, versus the Bronze Age, cut and dry, set in stone bullshit that the Bible's filled with.
trust alone in Jesus. Hear what I'm saying?
100%.
Can I pray with you?
Yes, you can.
Father, I pray for Sean. Thank you for his open-heartedness today, and I pray he'll think about his secret sins and tremble
Shut up, Ray.
at the thought of sinning against you, and yet at the same time rejoice in the love that you express through the cross. Christ died for us while we're yet sinners, and this day may he be
Blah,
born
blah,
again, be given a
blah.
new
Lots
heart,
of
new desires,
bullshit.
trusting
Blah,
alone
blah,
in your
blah.
mercy
Ray is so
and your
fucking
amazing
dumb.
grace.
Blah,
In Jesus'
blah,
name
blah.
we pray.
This is
Amen.
stupid
Can I give you a
bullshit.
book
Blah,
I've written
blah,
called
blah.
Scientific
Fuck
Facts
this
in the
shit.
Bible?
Yeah, you can.
There's no science in the Bible. There are things that might be true because they were written from the standpoint of people who knew they were true. You know, they wrote about it because they fucking lived there. That's it.
Let me now tell you what I do when I get wrongfully accused of doing something.
Wrongfully accused, I don't know. And also, I thought this was going to go a lot further than it did. And, you know, granted, the video does what it says on the tin. It's got angry man threatens to call the cops. But I expected there to be a lot more confrontation.
I imitate Jesus, who when he was reviled did not revile in return. When he suffered, he did not threaten, but committed himself to him who judges righteously. And make sure you don't forget to visit livingwaters.com/shorts.
Look, all that URL should be good for is buying a kick-ass pair of Bermuda shorts, all right? It'll go great with my Hawaiian shirt for my Ken Hovind cosplay. I will never do a Ken Hovind cosplay.
Thanks to the generosity of our publishers, we were able to get a massive print of Scientific Facts in the Bible, which means you can get them for as low as 99 cents per copy if you order them in bulk.
I would make a comment about, you know, grifting, but that stuff isn't free. Paper costs money, printing costs money, distribution, shipping costs money, and I'm just saying shipping to, you know, wherever they're warehoused, and then from there to wherever. So yeah, I'm not gonna criticize the. I'm not even gonna call it a grift here. I'm not gonna criticize the product placement because 99 cents for one seems reasonable.
See, Living
Of course, you'd have to buy a bunch, which implies that you're going to give them out, which is their end goal. And that, again, is completely understandable for this kind of, you know, information, uh, information distributing literature. God, words. Can't English. It's too early in the morning. Chris, it's almost, or it is noon. It's past noon. It's not morning anymore. It's morning for me still.
Waters.com for details. Sexual immorality has devastated too many men, damaged too many families, and marred the gospel's testimony too many times. Now is the time to prepare yourself to fight. Win the war on purity and get our latest book, Fight Like a Man. Living Waters exists as a non-profit ministry to
All right, Ray, thanks. We know all about your bullshit. Stacy popping in with, anybody else feel dirty and gross just listening to this guy for some reason? There's something about him that makes me feel filthier than Hovind or anyone else, really. I didn't think I was that bad, but okay, Stacy, I see how it is. Oh, you're talking about Ray Comfort, right? Urs pops in, those novelty $100 bills with Kamala and Trump and boxing gloves? Brought to you by Living Waters. There is also saying, my grandfather fell prey to that practice with chick tracks. Ah, yes, the good old chick tracks. They were something else. Can I get myself back to big over here? There we go. I'm big again. I'm big again. I'm a big Chris, not a little Chris. All right, give me. I'm going to see if there's something else we may want to watch. Does anyone have any suggestions, any ideas? Because otherwise, I'm going to go to an oldie but goodie on my own channel, but not one of my videos. Ba, 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 ba. Just a moment. I've got 200 something, videos I got to go through, so everything, is a little complicated. According to evolution, everything should just get better automatically. Let's see, here we are before I started doing Kent content. There we go. Let's see, there's Steamboat Willie. A few other things, comedic videos. There we go. There we go. Huh, wow, that's got 312 views and it's an unlisted video. We're going to make that public now, because why not? All right, sure. Let me tap this. Ah, no, hang on. Thanks for bearing with me while I get things set up. Only a few people left. Very good. Very good. Very good. Talking about I have a disdain for the Christmas season, Kirk Cameron. I am aware of Kirk Cameron's production. I obviously avoid it like some kind of thing that is avoided heavily. What's that? Oh yeah, Plague. Hey, Phantom. All right, so I had done a mirror of this right when it had originally happened, when Kent had his first channel taken down. And this was on the, come on, maximize. You're not going to maximize? Why aren't you maximizing? There we go. Fucking restream. You know, it only does what you want it to do when you click the right buttons. Streaming Willies kept pouring off a pervert, Hovind. Something funny when Steamboat Willie went, I was going to say open source. I guess it kind of did. Went into public domain at the beginning of this year. It still is under copyright in a couple of countries. So if you upload the entire Steamboat Willie short, you will still get a copyright claim insofar as the video being blocked in like Belgium and somewhere else, I think. So it's mostly in the free and clear, but not globally. It's crazy like that. But right, okay. So what we're going to do is, again, this is old news, because I had uploaded this back. When did I upload this? This was, it says it's uploaded today because it was private for so long, but it was originally uploaded forever ago. Right after it happened, this is the What on Earth Happened to Ken Hovind official when that channel got taken down. This was posted on the Dr. Dino channel, which then got taken down immediately following that. And then they started the Genesis Baptist Church channel and included the weird disclaimer they have at the beginning. So again, this is old news, but we're gonna check it out for the fun of it. And no, this is not the Champagne Room. If you join my Discord server, there is now a channel known as the Champagne Room. It is a rule, and I'm sure someone out there, definitely Stacy at least, will get the reference. There is no sex in the Champagne Room. What there is in the Champagne Room, no idea. I haven't decided yet. But there's no sex in the Champagne Room. So, just remember. And now that I've said the word sex while we're staring at Ken Hovind's face, 15-foot Champagne Room penis, Hovind. And yes, it was very much classic band evasion. We are going to watch this video, and I'll finally get the chance to provide my commentary on it. So take it away, 06/45/2017.
Hey folks, Ken Hovind here at Dinosaur Adventureland. It is, what's the date today? February the 7th, 2023. February 9th, I gave my heart to the Lord, got saved back in 1969. February's a good month. YouTube apparently has
Obviously not a good month if your channel's gone. Herman.
Taken down our main channel, Kent Hovind Official. We're pretty certain actually, that several Christians have been spamming YouTube saying, get this down because they're jealous of our success or don't like our content or our doctrine or something.
And it's immediate. I love that it's an immediate thing on other Christians, that they're jealous and that they're being that petty, when the only person who'd be that petty would be Kent. But no, we know it was likely medical misinformation for all kinds of things, including the whole apricot seed affair, which I am amazed, after having reported the day 2 and 3 video of the Science Center tour, that I think that video is still up, where he tells the kids to eat the apricot seeds. It's crazy.
What you can all do to help me. Everybody, if you have a Gmail account, go to, email on your Gmail account YouTube and complain and say, look, I watch this channel. There's nothing wrong with this. Please disregard the spammers and put the channel back up. They can still do that in the next 2 days. So please do that. And for those of you so-called Christians, Jesus had more trouble out of the Pharisees than anybody. The Romans didn't bother him too much. It was the Pharisees who claimed to love God. And we got a few people out there who claim they love God that just absolutely hate our ministry for no good reason other than jealousy. So,
no, Kent. I'm going to agree with the moderate Christians here and say that what you do is extremely damaging to Christianity. The good Christians out there who it's a personal thing for them and they keep it that way. They don't cause any problems because of this magical thinking. Like some of my friends at work, good people, very religious. They're my friends in spite of being religious because it isn't a problem. And they know I'm a raging atheist and they care about me in a genuine way too. And that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, far more warm and fuzzy than whatever the hell the insanity you put out does. So they're showing the good side of Christianity while you're just a horrible person. So no, they're not jealous. Those who don't like you have a reason to not like you. And I support them in their dislike of you. I will support Answers in Genesis for calling you out for shit, even though Answers in Genesis is no better. Maybe slightly better, but not by much. At least they're not a cult.
you guys, why don't you go get a real job? Start your own ministry. Build something yourself instead of tear ours down. So if you can help us, please, not only you write to YouTube, get everybody you know that loves the Lord, contact all your friends, family, and say, look, send an email. YouTube needs to get blasted with this. But a lot of emails saying, look, remove the strikes, put the channel back up. We don't even know what they took it down for.
Yes, you do. And the only reason I wish the channel was back up was so that I would have the many, many years of backlogged content to react to, because the recent pool is not as good as some of his fresh out of prison content could have been to mock. I lost the opportunity there, and kind of sucks. What is funny is that means that the greatest archive of Kent Hovind content, like, I'm dead serious about this too. The greatest archive of Kent Hovind's post-prison content before these channels were taken down is actually AJ's channel. Because it was after this they started uploading stuff to everywhere, doing a shotgun approach. So AJ has the ultimate Kent Hovind archive. Isn't that wild? At least for that select time period.
5 o'clock this morning, I was up working on my YouTube on my PowerPoint for tonight. It was fine. 7 o'clock, I laid back down, took a nap. 7 o'clock, got up.
That's the thing I love is Kent Hovind says he takes a nap, acts like he's the hardest working person on earth, never rests, but says he goes to take a nap, which is fine. I'm not going to criticize someone for taking a nap. If I have to take a nap, then I'm fucking sick. Like, that's when you should be worried and double check that I don't have a fever. I don't take naps. Maybe when I'm old I will. I'm apparently not old yet. Kent, though, I can understand at this time a 69, 70-year-old man, taking a nap. But the way he talks about himself, it's like, what? No, Kent, you act like you're always busy. How do you have time to take a nap if you're always so busy?
Gone. Channel gone. Matt Powell has been working with them on this, trying to get it reinstated. So please pray. Meanwhile, we're still up on a lot of other platforms. Go to our website, drdino.com, and play.
No, I have not hit the 3-in-1 stage show. I may or may not do that down the line. Kent wants to be blasted. Color me shocked. Color. Sorry, color me shocker. Misinformation. Thanks, mobile. Yeah, good old autocorrect. Making things harder and harder, honest. Soot Kettle. We're not monetized. YouTube owes us money for super chats. Kent Hovind. Yeah.
And we're going to try to get things redirected over there Dinosaur Adventureland to this channel. So please tell all your friends that you know that love our channel.
Okay, yeah, it was the Dinosaur Adventureland channel was the one that got taken down. Okay. So that means his channels were Kent Hovind Official, because for some reason they always have to have that official in there, like someone's impersonating Kent Hovind. And then Dinosaur Adventureland, which just contained his little sermons again. It could have just been a nice advertisement for the park.
Here's where you go. And pray for this. They said we can buy our subs back. Does that work, Rand?
And this right here, this bullshit, where obviously he got his wires crossed in the company that they bought their subs from. Tech dude probably was like, well, we're get this other channel. We need to get subs there. Can you move our subs over? It's like, you can buy my new subs again, because they're in it for money. They're not going to move the joke subs over just for the hell of it. Like they matter anyway. Like, it's funny, the subscriber numbers apparently don't matter in YouTube's current algorithm. It's all about views, and the only point they matter is meeting that criteria for monetization. So, honestly, at 1,000, it's like, congratulations, you earn money from videos. Go in peace. I don't know. But just flat out acknowledging you bought your subs is so fucking hilarious. And that they clearly did it again with the like 3K they lost recently. Like, at first it was like 400 were gone. Now it's 3,000. It's like, damn.
Randall? You got to pay $4,000 to buy back 200,000 subscribers. And then the atheists will say, see, they bought their subs. They were already our subs. We had to pay YouTube to get them reinstated.
That is not how it works. And also, if YouTube was to have terminated your channel, as they clearly did, you're doing ban evasion, rightfully so, for them to take down the channel this was originally uploaded on, Kent. They sure as hell wouldn't have any kind of thing in place to just move subs over if they terminated you. I mean, that's like losing your license and then being like, your car getting totaled, losing your license, and then someone just being like, oh, hey, here's another car, and here's your license back. Just like, what? No. Dumb analogy, but, it's a dumb thing he said, so it works. Because I said so, damn it.
They'll complain about something. So anyway, help us if you would. Be in prayer for this. When I started my ministry in 1989, YouTube didn't exist. We started preaching the gospel and did it with videotapes. I mean, the old-fashioned VCR.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. The Kent Hovind Official channel went first, and then the Dinosaur Adventureland channel. I thought it was a Dr. Dino named channel, but it wasn't. And then, they did the Genesis Baptist Church channel. They're doing it better. Probably don't emulate Kent.
Made several million of those, and then switched over to DVDs, and now it's electronic with YouTube. So we just want to serve the Lord however we can do it. Help us out.
And make money.
Pray for this. Contact.
Oh, and I don't mean to alarm anybody, but the Imagine sign is very prominent here, and that G is still bothering me now that it's been pointed out that it's so screwed up over there. It's just, why? Why, Kent? Why?
Contact the.
Also, isn't it weird that, like, think about this. Because, he's changed his setup a few times, but the same main stuff is sat around. If you notice, his setup is almost a shrine to the opposition. Books on, evolution, the SpongeBob toys, the imagination sign, the sand thingy. It's all a shrine to what he's against. I mean, that would be like if AJ, the background of his video, was, a whole motherfucking reproduction of the nave of Notre Dame, I mean, from an architectural standpoint, that'd be amazing. But, crucified Jesus and all. It's like, what the hell? That makes no sense. That's bass backwards. I don't know. Am I the only person who sees that? Or is that something y'all have noticed and I'm just late to the party to really, really bring it up? It's weird.
YouTube and say, please reinstate this channel, and whoever's complaining, shut their channel down. Yeah, that would help them. All right. Thank you so much. Anything else, Randall?
No, sir, that was it.
Let's see. To our current subscribers, help us win this fight. Share everything. When we do videos that you like, record it, copy it, save it, and share it everywhere you want.
Oh, hell yeah, Kent. I am recording, copying, saving, and sharing. Not in the way you want, though. These aren't unadulterated. I'm providing commentary because I fucking feel like it. You know, if he was to ask nicely for me to stop, I might actually consider it. Probably wouldn't do it, but I would at least think about it. Like, can you imagine how that conversation would go? Just, stuff that'll never happen, but it makes you think, makes you wonder. But our pal Deviant, Soot clearly was like, hey, Chris is streaming. Get on there. Kurizu, we need to do something about YouTube. They're being ruled by the wizard overlords working with fraudulent scientophobe ministries. It's the only conclusion. Otherwise, why no notification? Yeah, YouTube and the notifications have just gone to shit recently. I'll get AJ notifications after I'm already watching his fucking stream. And, like, I guess it has something to do with the way the API and the, I don't know if it's a REST DAV system or what have you, because I'm not that good on web development at all, but it's clearly something with how their implementation sends out notifications, at least on web. So I can't even say for sure on mobile. Because I don't actually ever get notifications on mobile, but I think I have that turned off because I don't want to be bothered by my phone and YouTube notifications. So that's probably that. Oh no. Why weren't you notified? YouTube, tell her now. Perhaps the core code of YouTube is actually an old Soviet system, and just no one caught the memo, and so it's just become completely sentient. This is the Ken Hovind official Christian image. Let me get a nice screen cap of that. There we go. That's going to be super useful down the line. Perfectly sums up his level of discourse. Episode of SpongeBob that's from. Context gets lost with the delay here and stream not StreamYard, Restream, because I don't know exactly what's being referenced at the moment. Possibly the imagination thing. I do know that one. I know some old SpongeBob well because my sister's a lot younger than me. Basically, what is Ark Encounter is something similar depiction of arcs they disagree with. Oh, he spelled it in Swedish. Prinsessa. Kent would have bought himself a lady bag, but it's his sand toy on the shelf. Yeah, it does look like a purse. And what's funny is I thought that was a new purchase sand toy, and it turns out no, he's had that one. It's not any better on mobile. All right, so notifications universally suck on YouTube.
Okay, we just want to get the gospel out. We're not trying to build a castle. We're trying to win a war.
Yeah, you're trying to build an ark. And also, it's not a war. It's bullshit versus reality.
So if you have any questions, call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 3. Randall, for tech questions, your extension 4. 855.
Not no more, he ain't.
Big Dino, extension 4. If you want to help with our tech problem situation there. Sorry for the poor quality, folks. We just don't have good internet. We're trying everything we can try out here in Linux. Meanwhile, he records it and reposts them. We'll be posting everything like we always have been on Dinosaur Adventureland channel, which has no strikes, unless the morons try to get that some strikes for some reason.
Oh, that aged like milk.
They're just jealous. We understand. Okay. All right. Help us out, please, today, right away.
That little kiss thing he did there. Ugh. Disturbing. So very disturbing. Stop sharing this tab. But okay, there we go on that. Just wanted to provide some commentary. This is during Kent's bad hair days. Which day's a bad hair day? They're all bad hair days. War Room 2, Hovind versus America. No, we already had that court case. Oh, give me another moment. About for notifications. All right. So, yeah, I didn't have this fully planned out, so I don't know where to go from here. Where do we go from here? That is the question. Do I need to bring up Happy Fun Kitty Hour? Because I feel like I might need to bring up the kitty videos again while I hunt for something. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring up kitty fun time while I hunt for something a little extra to go at. Just a moment. While I remember how the hell to work the internets. According to evolution, things get better automatically. Hovind. Here we go. Hopefully this isn't the same kitty video as last time. Okay, Happy Fun Kitty Time is now paused. I found what I'm going to go on and address, at least in passing, because I was hoping AJ would have a chance to make it, but clearly he doesn't have an opportunity. So maybe he and I'll do stuff later. But I do want to say that the one rescue cat, the mother of the two kittens are just little cuddle monsters in their own rights, Dwayna and Cormier. Kit herself, she's still a runner, as evidenced in my previous live stream, or one a couple of nights ago. She ran out and I had to end the stream early. She was a very quick catch, but I was like, I'm not going to start again. I'm just going to finish up the night. Um, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, she's getting to the point of actually wanting to be held and becoming affectionate. You know, this is a stray mama cat, so an unfixed queen who can't possibly be that old, maybe at most a couple of years. But she's definitely getting more affectionate, more trusting of me, uh, which she was initially, but that's when she was still nursing the kittens and wanted me to go, rescue them, be like, hey, go get my babies. Now that they can take care of themselves, and she's now just back to normal, and still hopping in and out of heat from time to time. Caterwauling's pretty loud. She is getting more affectionate, so it's nice. But we are going to change tabs real quick. Replace screen sharing. Yeah, she would be still feral. So I'm going to go on and bring this up because AJ brought this to my attention that a couple of weeks ago, Lupin did 2 streams apparently on me. One here, of course, tagging me, which is I'm not going to see because he's, muted. Calling me a loser, whatever. And then one objectively a loser, he parodying my Kent Hovind thing. While he does all these weird face filters and shit that he does in his videos and just acts the way he does on stuff, in doing, and when he wants to talk about like my heavy rate of live streams, it's like, you're one to talk, buddy. This is your every single day, multiple times a day. It just you have little gaps, but it just goes. Yeah, you want to make stuff like that to try to attack me like we're in grade school. I don't care. All right, I don't give a fuck, Lupin. I was nice to you, and you were an ass clown, and you get mad people calling you out on that. Get over it, right? And that's literally all I have to say on any of that, because there is no value to anything from his end of the internet. He is just a Ken Hovind bootlicker, Ken Hovind ass licker, honestly. Yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. Hitting the comments. Miss our cat. He died last year. He was a loner for the most part, but would cuddle every now and then. That's how my Genbu is, my main cat. Like the only one I should have, and then life ended up handing me, half a dozen more. Um, Dude just wants to be left alone. He's very much like me myself. Just wants to be left alone. Miss Houdini, she needs to be fixed, or she'll keep running away and slut around. Yeah, I'm gonna get her fixed sooner or later. There's complications. Gross. Lupin is a stalking loser. Again, one could always say that, and people do leave comments saying I'm stalking Kent Hovind, and it's like, well, no, I'm reacting to his publicly produced content. There's a fine line between the two. One could call Lupin stalking, but say yeah, but lightly. But he does seem a little bit obsessed with our previous interaction, and I don't care. I mean, as you know, I wouldn't know about him without AJ bringing him up. I wouldn't have interacted with him without, AJ happening to have been in that stream. He probably wouldn't have bothered with my stream. I wouldn't have known who the hell he was. And I've only had that one interaction with him and the commentary that came after. And then I was just like, okay, I'm tired of this crap. He wants to be a prick. He can be a prick, because I'll be nice to anybody. I'll know that. Just about anybody. But yeah, if he wants to go that way with things, and that's all on him. He obviously, didn't get a reaction out of me like he thought he would, because I didn't even notice it, because like I said, he's muted, so I don't get notifications on that stuff. I didn't see it. The only mentions I see in my feed are from me and AJ working on 2 videos together where he happened to mention me, because that's the beauty of things being muted. We're going to go back to 06/45/2017 for a second, though. One thing I did want to point out, if you remember a previous stream recently where we looked at the faulty live streams that Kent had been doing recently, those videos are down now. So actually, let me go on and share the page. Can't wait till I got more StreamYard time. Restream is more feature filled, but StreamYard it's more fun to use. Don't know why. Yeah, if we look at Kent's channel, you'll see it's the Christmas Eve testimony and then a gap here in the live section. This was where those videos were, so they've been removed. And yeah, it's just kind of funny that we at least captured some of it, but one was like no audio for a while, and then the other, you heard it. He immediately starts talking about his court case and then goes into complaining about Baptists, and yeah. So it's just one of those things. But hey, he's got a new video. Do we want to watch this video? Do we want to watch Psalms 52, Bad Company? Let me know in the comments while I read, some of y'all's stuff. Words. Can I speak them today? No, I can't. It's a very classic case of major butthurt. Yep, definitely. So sorry, Zach. Lost my line. His name was translated the lion 8 years ago. He was murdered in front of me by my friend. Oh God, I'm so sorry. That is horrific. That is losing a baby right there. Our pets are our children. We care about them in the same way. Like it's proven that we do. You know, it's a nature of animals. For the cats treat us as cats, birds will treat us as birds. You know, the dogs think of us as big dumb dogs. We think of our pets as us. We know they're not, but we treat them like they are. It's like with my 4 rats, having to watch each one of them go was absolutely heartbreaking. It's the worst thing about being a rat owner is, you know, you get 2 good years, maybe a third if you're lucky. And I miss those girls every day. To be able to see pictures of them. Sorry, just losing a pet sucks majorly. I feel there. Everyone here who's lost a good pet. I've been right there with you multiple times. But hey, are we gonna hit this Ken Hovind video? Are you sure? Sure you don't want to? Because I'm seeing no activity, so I'm thinking everyone just wants the stream to end and they just want to go back to their normal Sundays, their normal boring Sundays, without Caruso Tomato talking about 0645 2017. So I was originally coming here to look at the Genesis Baptist Church disclaimer video, but you know, I don't know. But the little paw prints in our hearts, when they go, they leave a great void. That is true. One of my first rat out of the new batch, I've had 6 total in the past, like, recent phase of having rats. I had 1 rat before that many years ago, like a decade ago now. It was a Layla, and she was named after the Eric Clapton song, because when I saw her, I was just like, yeah, I want her. She was sitting on the water bottle in her cage. I still have the first picture of her on the phone, and it's like, I didn't even think about just taking a random picture of a rat being cute, and I'm like, you know what? I want her. And then, like, a week later, I'd learn, oh, rats need to be in pairs. That first rat I had was he preferred to be alone. But this being girls, it's like, okay, so I got one that was Layla was albino. The second one was your typical brown and white. She was named Cookie. Originally, they named her Vicky after Vicky Landros, but you know, a woman who did the song "Love Is Blue." But my ex at the time was very much against that, so I ended up naming her Cookie. And then we had after they passed, I got Tia, Maria, Gianna, and Sally, which is all gaming / tech references, actually, like all 8-bit computer stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bummed right now. Building a model while listening to the stream, very cool. Yeah, Rise of Tomb Raider trailers. Need to play that game. Yeah, and I saw you getting close to 100%ing it. Sorry, I forgot to mention something. That is badass. Fully completing any game is pretty freaking awesome. When they make it fun to do and not a chore, that's the best thing. So that's why I'll never 100% Guild Wars 2, because there's a lot of stuff that is an absolute chore and is impossible. Let's go back to the oldest videos. Rumors, comments on comments, going back on the road. This is when Matt Powell left. So yeah, one of the things when the original Ken Hovind's original channel was gone is that we lost just about all of the content with him and Matt Powell together. So that's a thing. Was it in this or was it in videos? Let's see. Like an atheist, Psycon. Yeah, here's the channel disclaimer. We're going to hit that channel disclaimer real quick.
Hello, folks. My name is Kent Hovind in Lennox.
Now, remember, Kent lost the channel, Kent Hovind Official, by violating YouTube's terms of service. And it's understood that upon violating terms of service and losing a channel, that also is supposed to rescind the agreement between the individual operating / in ownership of that channel and YouTube as a company. Thus, you are no longer allowed. I think technically you're not supposed to use the service at all, but that's impossible to measure. So the whole idea is that the person is no longer at least supposed to have a YouTube channel, i.e. an account, since having an account with YouTube automatically creates a channel. That's how it works. It may not have any content, but the channel exists. So just by opening this and announcing who he is, he sets the stage for the entirety of the GBC channel being ban evasion. And YouTube clearly isn't prosecuting it. Well, I say prosecuting, they aren't going after it like they sadly probably should, because it seems YouTube takes a somewhat light stance on ban evasion unless someone is in like major public sphere. So Kent just is disqualified from that. He's not that big of a public figure, unlike what he thinks he is. It's still interesting that he set that up and try to weasel his way around things like he does here, which is a full admission that this whole channel exists as ban evasion.
Hello, folks. My name is Kent Hovind in Lenox, Alabama. Welcome to Genesis Baptist Church channel. The following is a disclaimer video for people that seek compromise of this channel.
That seek compromise of this channel? No, Kent. They're just doing the right thing. And no, Dog Walker, he didn't lose it again. I'm just coming back to these for the sake of it, because it's what I felt like doing right now. So nothing big, no new stuff. I just thought I'd, have some fun and look at these classics.
Seem to hate us for, silence the messenger since they can't handle the message. We understand, guys, real well. Okay. Anyway, I'm Dr. Kent Hovind. Genesis Baptist Church appointed me as pastor of the church.
Yes, Genesis Baptist Church, the church that you created and that you run. You appointed yourself into that position. Getting weird North Korean vibes. Except North Korea has better music and honestly more intelligent leaders.
Since its conception and opened its doors in 2021, I'm appointed speaker on this YouTube channel and confirmed by this body of believers.
Yes, that's why when you go to the channel, you get I would go to it right here, but we'd hop off the video. Well, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway. You get a big-ass Kent Hovind right there. Genesis Baptist Church. At Genesis Baptist Church. Kent Hovind. Right.
Hello, folks. My name is Kent Hovind, and the following is a disclaimer video for people that seek compromise of this channel. They seem to hate us for, silence the messenger since they can't handle the message. We understand, guys, real well. Okay. Anyway, I'm Dr. Kent Hovind. Genesis Baptist Church appointed me as pastor of the church since its conception and opened its doors in 2021. I'm appointed speaker on this YouTube channel and confirmed by this body of believers. This channel is owned and operated by Genesis Baptist Church.
Yes, which is a division of Creation Science Evangelism, which is your company. That would be like me getting banned, starting up a Zadara Entertainment channel, which technically exists, dead as hell on here, and then continuing to do this and saying that no, this isn't the channel of Chris Yamato. This channel is for Zadara Entertainment, an organization that I run. Also, that face. That is a meme-worthy face.
I hereby release and authorize Genesis Baptist Church and Genesis Baptist Church YouTube channel to use my intellectual property to live stream and all my seminars and all my debates. Under this guideline, it does not conflict with YouTube terms of service.
The hell it doesn't. I mean, obviously, in practice it doesn't, but I'd consider this definite ban evasion in much the same way that, I don't give a fuck about the dude, but Keemstar, he got banned personally, and then to work around things, there's the Drama Alert brand that does things, and it's just Keemstar doing videos like he did before. It's like, okay, so he just can do this. It's just he's got a little shell around him. The little orb of defense protects YouTube from actually destroying the channel, because it's not him. It's not he's the core of things. It's this bubble outside that controls everything. Right.
Okay. Any questions? Call 855 Big Dino extension 4.
Look, it's like he had to sit there and think about the 855 Big Dino, and I know he was thinking which extension it is, but Kent, you should have a fucking list of your extensions there. You should have them memorized by now. And the fact that it seemed like you had to think about the 855, or that looking to get the number, which extension it was that thought intensive that it slowed down what you were saying there for the 855 Big Dino? Yeah. Seems like you're not firing on all cylinders there, Kent. I should know. I've only got one working at any one time. And yet I'm still somehow more eloquent and smarter than you.
And our tech department will talk to you about that. Thank you for joining. Please tell others about our channel.
Hey guys, you hear about this Genesis Baptist Church where this weird fucker in a Hawaiian shirt has all these like pedos and shit around him, and he like talks about all these fairy tales in this old book? It gets really mad at people for believing, what's actually real and what science says. Y'all ever seen this guy? He's a joke, right? He's a clown. No, he's serious. Uh-oh. Let's go on. Let's see the chat. Yeah, max difficulty on the Wise of Tomb Raider. Elma Fudd plays Wise of Tomb Raider. Better than Rise of Skywalker, that's for damn sure. It's on a max difficulty. That's something I tend not to do, is try. Some games I will try to go through the hardest difficulties on, but I just can't do it. Like Halo on Legendary, forget about it. There's this one game, Xbox 360 era, Time Shift, a generic first-person shooter with a little time travel mechanic. I was working on that through its hardest difficulty, and probably 80% of the way through. I'd like to finish it, but I don't think I'm going to ever get around to completing that. Just never feel like it. Got a terrible song parody idea. The body of Ken is all stroked out and cold instead of the body of... Oh, man. Oh. He isn't. Eating cyanide seeds doesn't help. Or his TIAs. Yeah, he is definitely not firing on all cylinders. All right, it's only 23 minutes. Let's see. We are an hour and 6 minutes into the stream. It is a 23-minute video. Can I do a Whack-A-Hovind in under an hour? I'm going to speed this shit up to 0.25.
Well, good morning, folks. Kent Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. Come on down, pay us a visit. Boy, did we have a storm last night.
Yeah, as did we. That happens with weather, Kent.
Man, must have rained cats and dogs. It was a lot. Okay, and tornado warning. Let's see. It is December the 29th, 2024. Just about out of 2024. Going to be 2025 here soon. Today we're going to be talking...
Yes, Kent. That's how calendars work.
Talking about Psalm chapter 52. If you want to follow along in your Bible, get a King James Bible. Right dead center in the middle of the book is the book of Psalms. Go to Psalm chapter...
Gotta get that King James, otherwise it's the wrong Bible. Hovind.
52. There's 150 chapters in the book of Psalms. Psalms means the Psalms. This is the Hebrew songbook. In the Hebrew language, a lot of times they would rhyme and sing it like a song. In the English language, you lose some of that, of course, but you still have the same message. So, bad company. Sad story here. Psalm chapter 52. Okay, let's see. We're on TikTok and Rumble and all this kind of stuff and Facebook. And please be sure to like and...
With that ancient-ass subscribe button. They had to go out of their way to dig up that fossil from the bygone era. A subscribe button that I think just possibly predates Kent going to jail. Oh, man.
Share and subscribe. We need to, I don't know what it does, something to the algorithm or something. Did I forget to move it? Yep. Psalm 50. Oh, there it is. Psalm 52. Last Sunday of the month. Okay. You missed our days of Christmas. It was fun. Let's see. We officially began construction on the Ark 2 months ago today, and it is completely roofed and two sides almost completely done, and it's coming along, looking really, really good. All right. Thank you for all your hard work. Remember what it looked like?
So, is this Kent Hovind playing a god and judging the Ark as good? That phrasing seems intentional right there. Just pointing that out.
Like that, Billy? Yeah, 2 months ago. It's been amazing watching that thing go together. Okay, I want to get up to slide number, let's see, 2301. There. The steadfast love of God endures. To the chief musician, Maskil, a psalm of David, means David.
Remember the time the AK to himself? I do not. Sorry, Kiwi. I am just... This is like a repeated thing where I am not getting context from what you're inquiring about. I blame the delay. Or possibly, misconversion from phone typing and all that jazz. Yeah. Just clarified in the thing, and I'll respond. Sorry, I'm having a moment here. I'm like, how do I regain charisma? Charisma battery empty. Must recharge.
Wrote it when Doeg, the Edomite, came and told Saul, and said unto him, David is come to the house of Abimelech.
When Doge, the Edomite? Okay, so we got the Shiba Inu that died. Rest in peace, Doge. And he was from Edo, which is what Tokyo was called before Tokyo was Tokyo. It was Edo, or Edo. And so it was a mite from Edo. Okay, I can follow this. We've got a Dogecoin as a mite. It's like a dust mite in Edo. This is like that Cockroach Girls anime, which I actually need to watch. I watched the first part of it and didn't finish it. You know, it's 2 episodes. I should finish it. It was cute.
Who on earth is this Doeg guy? Well, let's see. Doeg the Edomite, the chiefest of the herdsmen that belonged to King Saul. So he was the guy, the shepherd in charge of all the Saul's sheep. Okay? Doeg the Edomite. And the king said, Doeg.
So Doge is the one who said they better call Saul, and that's how that show got started? That's how that worked, right?
Turn and fall upon the priests, and Doeg turned and killed 84 priests. What? He's a pretty wicked fella, okay?
Okay. Also, God, that SpongeBob right there in the middle, it's just staring into my soul, man.
Doeg mentioned in the Bible 5 times, right? Here's the story. In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 19, King Saul was jealous of David and wanted to kill him. I apologize here. Can somebody get me some more napkins or Kleenex or something? My nose is running. Do something. Okay. This is empty, I guess.
That barking, do something, okay? It can't, god damn. Just, it's the tiniest stuff, but it shows just how much of a prick you are. You can't ask politely. Let's go through that again.
King Saul was jealous of David and wanted to kill him. I apologize here. Can somebody get me some more napkins or Kleenex or something? My nose is running. Do something. Okay. This is
There was no please in there. Could you please get me some Kleenex? Hey guys, my nose is running. I'm out of Kleenex. Could y'all help me? You know, I need some tissue. Anyone got anything? Just give me a moment. You know, nothing like that. And people wonder why we go after him like we do. Why we call him the names we do. Because this little stuff betrays the kind of person he actually is.
empty, I guess. All right. Ben had this crazy flu. Saul was jealous of young David. David killed Goliath, and the people were singing, Saul has killed his thousands and David his 10,000s. And Saul said, wait a minute. He got jealous of little boy David, okay? So Saul.
Well, apparently this got done streaming about, or was being streamed about the time I started my stream. So this is fresh Hovind right here.
Saul spake to Jonathan his son and to all his servants that they should kill David. Loyal. Some people hate good people just for no reason. Saul hated.
Oh yeah, like you, Kent. Are you about to turn this around on yourself? You're not a good person.
Hated David just because he was jealous. And he told all his own son, Jonathan, who loved David, and all his soldiers, kill David. Just the hatred some people have for Christians is mind-boggling. You do right, and somebody will hate you for it, okay?
But wasn't this in this Old Testament you're talking about right here? You know, we're going back to other books here. But, oh, you want to turn everything around on Christians. Yeah, from the guy who attacks other Christians for, you know, not using the same variant of the magic book and not believing ice canopy and 6,000-year-old earth. Shut up, Kent.
And Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul, my father, seeketh to kill thee. Now, therefore, I pray thee, take heed to thyself until the morning, and abide in a secret place, and hide thyself. I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where thou art, and I will commune with my father of thee, and what I see, that I will tell thee. And Jonathan spake good of David unto Saul his father, and said, Let not the king sin against his servant, against David, because he hath not sinned against thee, and his works have been.
To be and I would not be surprised. That's exactly what I'm betting, that he is going to turn this into some rant about himself. Bonus points if he brings up the whole crime thing. What's it? Damn it! I can't English. I have completely lost all semblance of sanity. His conviction for the taxes. David and Saul were the same religion. Yeah, exactly.
To thee word very good. You can read the whole story in 1 Samuel chapter 19. But Saul was angry. Go to chapter 20. And David fled from Naioth to Ramah and came and said before Jonathan, what have I done? What is mine iniquity? Thank you, thank you. Just one, huh? Okay. Use it white. Or two, okay. There. What is my iniquity? And what is my sin?
Took that long to find tissue. I completely forgot that was even a plot point.
Sin before thy father, that he seeketh my life. This is oftentimes what did I do? You can live a righteous life and people will hate you. We're going to see that in a minute with this guy Doeg, okay? And he said to him, God
His name is Doge. Get it right.
forbid. Thou shalt not die. For my father will do nothing, either great or small, but that he will show it me. And why should my father hide this thing from me? It is not so. And David sware moreover and said, thy father certainly knoweth that I have found grace in thine eyes. And he saith, let not Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved. But truly, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, there is but a step between me and death. So, back in the book of Genesis 25, Esau said to Jacob, remember, Abraham had Isaac, Isaac had Jacob, and Esau.
Good Lord, now we're back to fucking Genesis. I'll give Kent credit for being thorough.
Twin boys.
I just want to hear more about Doge hanging around as a mite in Edo. Did he run into Goemon? Ibisamaru? Sasuke? You know, anyone out there know the Goemon series? Or did I just make a reference no one got? Does Doge get to pilot Impact? No? No Goemon fans out there? I see how it is.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I faint. Therefore his name was called Edom, which means red. Let's see. Esau, who is Edom? Esau is Edom. So really, God promised Abraham a whole bunch of stuff, okay? Then he had Abraham, Isaac, got the same promise, and Jacob, but Jacob had two sons. Isaac had two sons, Jacob and Esau. Esau was only interested in the flesh, in satisfying his flesh. A lot of people are like that. It's all they care about, satisfy the flesh, okay?
When Hovind looked over right there, he wasn't looking at one of his people, or even probably his wife, because he probably judges her heavily. No. He was looking in a mirror, admiring his reflection, right when he said that.
That's why they smoke or drink or take drugs, and satisfy the flesh. Esau is Edom. Edom. Well, Edom is this country down here. They're still having trouble with those guys over there. Back to chapter 20.
They're still having trouble with those guys over there. Care to elaborate, Kent?
When Saul heard that David was discovered, because he sent spies out and they found out where he was, David, when he fled from Saul, stopped at the priests and said, look, the king sent me on an urgent business. Do you have any food here for my men? Do you have any weapons? And so the priests innocently gave him food for his men and gave him the sword of Goliath.
I am Goliath. Sorry, had to. That's a deep cut AVGN reference. Anyone else notice that Kent has to constantly explain what is going on in the passages he's talking about? As if the actual text from 1611 is already so archaic 4,400 years later that it is hard to understand, and thus implies that perhaps a new translation should be done. Oh wait, there already have been new translations, but Kent rejects those because we have to stick with this one that is slowly becoming harder and harder to read each generation.
Okay. Then Saul said to his servants that stood round about him, hear now, ye Benjamites, will the son of Jesse give every one of you fields and vineyards and make you captains of thousands and captains of hundreds?
Tubian, the Goemon thing is actually a video game reference. Legend of the Mystical Ninja series. And funny thing is, Sasuke as a character actually is also in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Minor thing, but it's a little Easter egg in there because Konami is the company behind all the stuff. Which means I'm surprised there's not any, or it may be a couple of references existing inside of like Dance Dance Revolution and Beatmania and all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't study the whole gamut of Konami's production during the good eras.
So Saul is saying, David's not going to give you all I can give you promotion. I can promote you and make you rich. That all of you have conspired against me, and there is none that showeth me that my son hath made a league with the son of Jesse. There is none of you that is sorry for me. Oh, boo-hoo, King Saul, you're head and shoulders above everybody in the kingdom, and you're the king. Grow up. Nobody feels sorry for me, or showeth unto me that my son...
But like, doesn't God cheat at wrestling? That's a joke I've always heard.
Son hath stirred up my servant against me, to lie in wait as at this day. Then Doeg, the Edomite, which was set over the servants of Saul, said, I saw the son of Jesse come to Nob, to Ahimelech, the son of Ahitub. And he inquired of the Lord for him, and gave him victuals, that's food, and gave him the sword of Goliath the Philistine. So Doeg, this Edomite, who's not part of the nation of Israel, told Saul what happened. Verse 17. Now a certain man of the servants of Saul was there that day, and his name was Doeg the Edomite, the chiefest of the herdsmen. Doeg the Edomite was set over the servants of Saul. He said, I saw him come, and Ahimelech gave him a sword and gave him stuff. And the king said to Doeg, this is 9 verse.
So the king said to Doge something about doing the Heimlich maneuver, and it happened on planet Mustafar, and what the fuck even is this? Seriously, what is all this shit? And it sounds rude to say, but it seriously sounds like half the names in here are just the sound of somebody coughing transcribed. And I know that's mean because these are old ancient, Aramaic names and such. But when you hear it in the context of English, that's what the shit sounds like. It sounds like someone just making shit up as they go along. It just comes off as silly to me.
Verses later. He told the soldiers, he said, I want you to kill all these priests, and nobody would do it. So he turned to Doeg, this Edomite, and said, you fall on the priests. And Doeg the Edomite turned, and he fell upon the priests, and slew on that day 80, that's 80, and 5 persons that did wear a linen ephod. He killed 85 priests. And David...
everyone congratulate our friend Zach on getting right at 100% on Rise of Tomb Raider. That is an accomplishment. And he did it while having to listen to us watch Kent Hovind. That's impressive. Very impressive. Angel broke his hip. Okay. Thought so. Jacob was an underage boy. That's pretty fitting. That tracks, as they say. And just described Welsh. I have a bit of a soft spot for Welsh, but that is a pretty rough language, yeah, compared to obvious English that I'm aware of. Well, the American English, so the bastardized version of it.
Later said to Abiathar, the only priest that survived that ran off, I knew I've occasioned the death of all your father's house. So Doeg killed 85 priests. He was an evil man looking for political advancement in Saul's kingdom.
Nah, bruh. He just had the best kill streak in the entire game. You're just jealous. He got like 5 of those tactical nuke drops and got gold-plated AK. You jelly. That's all it is, man. You got owned.
Some people do things just for a raise, just for political purposes or financial purposes. Many atheist channels make a lot of money doing
I did not see that coming. Oh, yes. Give me a moment. My stream from last night. Oh, he's so pissed. Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't see it coming. Oh, my little crappy thumbnail is sitting here. Oh. Thank you all who tuned into that. You're part of that 753.
doing videos against me and the creation message I preach. They would lose their followers and their income if they accepted and admitted the truth.
Kent, so far I hadn't made a dime off this. I've got money eventually coming, but I haven't actually made anything yet. I do this for fun. The fact that I could make money is a nice bonus. But I don't do it for the money. This isn't my livelihood. I work a real job. And there's a lot of stuff going on that you have no clue about. And it's going to stay that way because you have no reason to know anything about my actual personal life. But suffice it to say, if you did, you might have a level of respect for the kinds of stuff I have been through, do go through, and yet I still make time to produce this content to entertain people. because that's the reason I do it. Entertains those who watch it, those who listen, and then I myself get joy out of that. Money's just a bonus. It helps keep the lights on. Takes a little bit of the burden off from other stuff. And once it finally does come in, will afford me the opportunity to upgrade my production value a bit. It's not what you think it is. I do this because I have fun. And I'm glad it gets under your skin. I'm real glad it gets under your skin, Kent.
Look, it's real obvious. There's a creator. The whole world won't fit in a dot. The whole universe won't fit in a dot. You can dream about it all you want. You can give it a fancy name, a singularity. That's not science. It's stupid. Stop and think. But they don't dare even stop and think about it because they'll lose their following, lose their friends. A lot of it.
I wouldn't lose my friends. I've gained a bunch of friends from this community. I'll fully admit that. But I'm pretty sure y'all would all still be cool with me if I did become a theist of some kind, so long as I didn't become a complete asshole prick about it. Because that's really the key factor. And just, let's take this moment. I try very hard to be humble. I try very hard to acknowledge that I'm just some random guy. I'm just some goof on the internet who happens to have found an audience that can appreciate him. That's the way I look at this stuff. It's nothing special about me. It's the fact that I just happen to be someone who can entertain you guys. You know, square peg hits the square hole. Cool. But that following me ends up being Dan. It goes from my stream last night to Simon Dan talking about Kent, talking about Emma. Oh. Stuff like that keeps you going. Keeps you going. And of course, I owe it all to you, the viewers, the commenters, those giving out memberships, those supporting the channel through your views, through your time, through your comments, through your love, through your friendship. It's all because of you. It's all for you. Y'all are just awesome. We're going to take this moment to catch up since I was a little behind in my revelous laughter after I saw my thing pop up out of nowhere. I saw my thing pop up. my 15-foot mushroom cloud. Hovind. Was there in a kill or be killed situation? So Kettle throwing up them emoji. Congratulations on being on Kent's radar from Zach. Thank you, thank you. He's shown my stuff a few times. Will never show one of my videos because I say too many bad words. Or I make too much sense. Probably the latter more than the former, because Kent doesn't care about showing stuff that actually makes sense. Matt Powell does, though. Matt Powell will edit people's videos to cut out critical parts. Yeah, I make so much money. I wish I made that much money, as he thinks I do. Victoria's saying hi to Kent. Hi, Kent. Who's the one who makes money? Notice how Kent isn't reading the story. He's reading loose verses and inserts himself in the story in the place of whomever is most holy. That is a standard Kent tactic, and it's very much to be pointed out. He always places himself as those characters, which for some Bible stories, I think you're supposed to, but Kent doesn't do it in the way I think is intended. He didn't read the instructions fully, shall we say. So how much money are they paying you, Curry? Not enough. Not enough. I mean, it's only, 100,000 a month, and I can't live off that. How am I going to afford, 12 Mercedes on 100,000 a month, right? A mega church, my temple to Satan, it ain't getting built back there. How much bricks cost these days? Oh man, don't get me started on what NASA owes me for trying to keep the reality of the flat Earth secret. Those motherfuckers owe me a whole damn trip and a fucking space shuttle. If I ever get down to KSC, I am taking Atlantis back with me. I'm gonna live in that bitch. Gonna turn the payload bay into a squash court. How about that shit? I don't know, I'm just being stupid. But just... And Mapleson tossing out more of those memberships. 5 more memberships. Fred got 1. Let's see who else. I'll try to pronounce it correctly. Dark Claw Dragon. Chris McDonald. Moss Eater. And Jeff C. Deviant saying that laugh is priceless. Yep, that is my true, genuine gut laugh. When something just strikes me perfectly, that is the laugh. It inevitably results in me coughing because it's just so deep and so constant. It's just the best. Beautiful moment. Hovind's whole business is funded by scamming people. Exactly. Soot Kittle. Whack Kent is something we do without charge. Exactly. Jeff C. Thank you for the gifted membership, Mapleson. Hell yeah. Members get early access to my videos now. And you know, it's not because I wanted to get members. It's because memberships have been given out by generous donations of people like Mapleson, or donations from people like Mapleson. I said Mapleson himself was donated. It's like, no, we're not donating people. Quit texting me. I'm going to mute my phone here. Just a moment. We're doing it live. As I was saying, through the generous donations from people like Mapleson, I have a bunch of channel members, and I wanted to provide them with some kind of content to be able to, actually take advantage of said membership. And so having videos early was a nice bonus. You've got 2 of them coming that will go public on the 31st. So you got a couple of days of exclusive viewing of videos. Which would be great if you check out the one about the dude who wants a theocracy in America. Since, not that it matters, because likes and dislikes count the same, but someone came by and gave it a drive-by dislike, and I'm like, I wonder if it's the dude who made it. I wonder if if he's now... I'm now on his radar too, and he's pissed off at me countering him, and mad because it's a members-only video. But yeah, those videos always go public. But yeah, just the equivalent of walking into a rake. Yes, he did. Woohoo, Mapleson. On behalf of those who receive memberships, thank you. Yeah, Emma Thorne, love her Star Trek stuff. Emma Thorne's just great. She is just a fun person. Very sprightly is the only way I can describe her. And it's like in the best of ways. Theists are okay. Grifters are evil. Exactly. Emma is cool. This is a lazy simulation. Many layers of telephony was ridiculous. Secret yourself, sir. I would drop your ass like a hot potato if I was a theist. Aw, Stacy, I don't think you would. Can't buy Coke with that. No. 100,000 a month, you cannot buy Coke. Not the kind of Coke I need. The funny thing is, if he didn't stream live, he could delay the swear words so it doesn't end up on the video. Yeah, they could edit around that. That would take too much effort. I don't think I was present when I was gifted my membership. Thanks to whoever it was. Probably Mapleson. I think he's been dossing out most of the memberships. So you earned it.
Atheist channel. AJ, let's see. Who's this guy here? Simon Dan. He's done quite a few videos.
Who's this guy here? Had to bring up AJ out of nowhere. Had to bring up AJ. So I am first in a line of me, AJ, and Simon Dan. I mean, I'm sure you get the easiest out of the way first, but, still. Oh, man. It's not even what I wanted, per se. I didn't want Kent to find my stuff or to give a damn, or his lackeys to find it, but, it inevitably happens. If I can annoy him just that little bit, then I'm doing my job.
He won't debate me again, will you, Dan? You lily-livered coward.
He never debated you the first time, you dumb fuck.
Come on, I'll take you on anytime. Here.
Kent, why don't you debate me on my terms? You won't do that because you're scared. You're scared of being in a situation outside of your control with your buddy Donnie not holding you accountable for shit that he does other people. I still am not the biggest fan of Donnie. I've seen him do some better stuff, like in the most recent debate AJ had with Kent. You know, a little more appreciative of his of the way he's grown as a moderator, a bit more fair. But I still feel like his bias is at the core a problem.
What's it, Neil? You're extension 4, right? Yeah. 855 Big Dino, extension 4. If you want to schedule a debate, sign man Dan.
And there he goes with the extension 4 crap again.
Anytime, okay? They make a living off a lot of money doing messages against me. Okay, they won't.
No, don't make a lot of money off you. Some of us make pretty good money. Dan, I'm sure, makes, you know, decent enough. Some of them who can do full-time YouTube, they're making enough to survive. But Dan barely talks about you compared to so many other things, mostly Flat Earth. Emma does all kinds of stuff. She got her start going against multi-level marketing schemes and just kind of wedged into the whole anti-pseudoscience and anti-extreme religion thing. It's not our focus. This is all you've ever done, Kent, in one form or another. Your talks before, selling your DVDs, now doing YouTube all the time. The only person making bank off all this stuff is you. You've got everything handed to you.
Can't admit the truth. AJ, Atheist Jr., the homosexual, said his homosexuality.
Up yours. You just gonna say that stuff like it matters at all, because of course it does in your twisted ass fucking worldview. But I believe we have someone in the chat who can verify AJ's sexual interests. Not that they're anyone's business, not that they matter. Completely irrelevant to anything. And I wouldn't give a fuck if AJ was, you know, to say the joke, gay as springtime. I wouldn't care. Dude would still be a bro because he's an awesome person and his sexuality is irrelevant. But if a person in the chat who happens to know for sure would like to share about, you know, AJ's interests, you're free to. I know we got someone in the chat who is very, 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 very well versed in this stuff. But yeah, you don't bring that shit up either way, Kent. It doesn't fucking matter. But the fact that you're going to lie about it anyway is doubly wrong. It's like if someone called me gay. All right. The part of it I wouldn't like is the fact that someone is saying something that is false about me. It's not the fact that I would have been called homosexual. That's not it. It's just when someone says something wrong and when they mean it as an insult. I don't fucking care about the insult itself. It's just the act being done. And that's the same thing here. And yes, I'm a little fixated on this because it pisses me right the fuck off. Right the fuck off. Donnie actually had Powell on his most recent 3-hour live stream. Yeah. And I know I do, you know, 2 and 3 hour live streams regularly, but I am not going to watch a long ass stream with Donnie and them. It's just not anything I care about in much the same way I don't expect them to watch any of my content. And yeah, Tubian bringing it up because Stacy's being funny about stuff, which I expected her to be because she's Stacy and she's awesome. Yeah. Well, Hovind does protest too much from Dog Walker. AJ's sexuality is identifies as bi, and he and I have had discussions on this, so I know details on it from two guys talking. Doesn't fucking matter, and it's not my business to divulge how it feels one way or the other. But you act like it's a serious issue, Kent. It just fucking irks me. Fucking irks me. And Deviant's got it right. Obviously, AJ's very gay. He's in love with the queen. Yeah. AJ is going to be one of the gayest people I know. Because he's got Stacy. So he better be happy. Hovind is like a 1970s comedian. Yeah, except comedians in the 70s were actually funny. Because I don't think they had that much hate in them like he does. All right. Much like Kent, we fixated on AJ long enough. Much love to AJ, though. Everyone in the chat say we love AJ. Let's continue this, though.
His whole channel is against me. It's hilarious to see all the videos he's done. Creepy blind man. Or no, creepy something.
Oh, man. You know, I didn't get the name drop, but I was like the poster child to start. Now I'm in the league with Creaky Blinder as well. Hell yeah. Everyone's kick-ass uncle / possibly grandpa. Dude gives no fucks. And he's Welsh. And while the native Welsh language may be crazy, that accent when they speak English is one of my favorites. Oh.
Creepy blinder. He said, so many messages against me. You won't debate me again, will you, creepy? Come on, bring it on. How about Pelagia? Would you debate me again? See, you can't dare change your mind and admit the truth.
Pelagia didn't debate you. He has specific criteria that he's laid out in detail for debating you in much the same way I have, but a lot more eloquent from his end. One of those includes all of your legal matters being addressed, everything being squared away, which hasn't happened. So no. You think you debate everybody, you ain't debated a damn person. The only person you debated in this entire thing is AJ. And he's mopped the floor with you every time.
There's a creator. This world could not have evolved. You're not related to a frog, okay? I'm sorry. And Forrest Valkai, he made a lot of money on making videos against me. Hezbollah army uses this crowd psychology to keep their people in line.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Y'all see what this motherfucker did? This man just compared us to Hezbollah. Ken Hovind just called me a terrorist. Kent, I'm not the one who's a sovereign citizen tax protesting nut job, all right? I may think North Korea's got some style points, but I know the reality. You're the one who actively fights against the United States and its people. So don't try to fucking call me, Dan, Creaky Blinder, AJ, Emma, anybody, anything like that. You fucker. Oh, I am so glad that I hit this video. So glad.
Because they teach their kids from the time you're little, if you don't agree with Allah being a prophet and you don't agree with us, you can think bad things are going to happen to you, okay? Atheists use this crowd psychology to keep their students in line with their goals. If you don't believe like us, you can't get published in peer-reviewed journals or have a successful career in science. Universities use this crowd psychology to keep teachers in line with their goals. If you don't believe like us, you can't get tenure. You can't keep your job.
Yes, and here we are boiling it down to the claim of conspiracy. Because it's all a conspiracy, Kent. It can't simply be that reality isn't your fairy tale book.
Here at our university, just because a lot of people have chosen to believe this stupid geologic column does not make it true. It was made up in 1830. It doesn't exist anywhere.
Yeah, and your holy book, your version of your holy book was written in 1611, and every bit of evidence for anything magical in it isn't found anywhere. So what's your point? Also, this little particular chart, which Dan used in his debate against Kent that time, I love how the one archaeologist right there at the top, right where company is, if you look at the original graphic, you'll see in the upper left, is looking down at the pterodactyl like, wait, come back, don't go. I just always love that. I love when you get those detailed illustrations like that, like a Where's Waldo book, except, you know, it's an information diagram, how they'll put in those little details. It's always cool stuff.
Anywhere. They say the top layer is younger. I keep asking them, where's it coming from? Outer space? How could it possibly be younger? These stupid family trees. A lot of people believe in these.
And you'll notice that Kent has completely gone off the rails from Psalms 32 and is now just immediately into his script. He has stopped talking about the Bible and has gone into his hate rants. Every time.
I asked Professor Dave, are you related to a strawberry? Oh, yeah. I got the sign here somewhere of all the stuff they're related to. It's hilarious. Is that it? Yeah, right here. Okay. Let's see. I have an avalanche here of all my stuff falling down. There. Let's see. I asked Emu, are you related to a fly? He said, yeah, he's related to a fly. Mark Drysdale's related to a monkey. Jackson Rowe related to a dinosaur. He's here. Jackson, you still related to a dinosaur? You still are? We're praying for him, okay. Mark Reed's related to a rat. Bill Nye's related to a banana. P.Z. Myers related to a fish. Wade the Wizard's related to a snail. Luca is related to a cow. I asked him. They said, yeah, they're related. Ken Rock is related to a turtle. T-Jump is related to an apple. Snake Was Right's related to a ladybug. Professor Dave's related to a strawberry. We call him Strawberry Dave. Look, you can believe that all you want, but it's not science. That's not science. It's a religious belief. And a lot of people believe this stupid family tree. If you're dumb enough to believe that you're related to a butterfly and a snail, that's sad. But don't teach that stupid idea to other people's children and make them pay for it. Come on now. Your friends may use this crowd psychology to keep you in line with their goals. If you don't drink like us, you can't be part of our crowd. Okay, I'll pick a new crowd, bye. That's what I had to do in high school, take a stand. And if you take a stand, you might stand alone. God said,
Oh yeah, I forgot Forrest Valkai was brought up and all that stuff. Yeah, he's had a whole different thing. Like he's one of the first people I encountered who was a TikToker before they became a YouTuber. I don't deal with TikTok. I've got no interest. Not that it matters. All the content finds its way into everything else because short form videos are all the rage right now. But you know, I had no idea who the hell he was, but I did find his content cool, and I learned, oh, he originally was a TikToker, and it's like, okay, that's cool. There's people, getting their start out there on stuff other than YouTube. And just, yeah, it was just a wild moment there a few years ago. And yeah, the man has definitely a lot going for him outside of 0645 2017. You just happen to sometimes be a perfect poster boy for people's, for this kind of stupidity. And we got 25 PLN. Sadly, I do not know what unit of that currency is offhand. This is just envy talking from Hovind. Yeah, that it is. There's Ken's audition for a new job as IMAX Cinema because he was projecting. Yeah, Hovind would make... Turning Ken Hovind into a movie theater would be just the best because he is one of the best projectors I've ever seen. He, as the entire fucking theater, would be perfect. Just taxidermy him into the place. Hovind is butthurt because no one takes his 6,000-year-old universe seriously. Definitely not. No one with any value. $6.99 Canadian from Braden. Doesn't Ken also use the same psychology to keep people in line? Yes, he does. Very good to point that out. Ken's obsession about atheist channels making a lot of money is very telling. He knows YouTube can be a source of income. His entire ministry is on YouTube. Exactly. Thank you, Deviant. I bet Kent thinks related means a cow popped out of a human baby from Tubian. Yeah. You're related to a cow. Hovind believes he's related to a golem. Yeah. Yes, he does. Deviant, if atheists make money off YouTube, don't tell me Kent doesn't. Exactly. Between super chats that you can see in the thing, he definitely gets a kickback from Donnie. He has to get a kickback from Donnie. It's part of why he does these things. Because I know Modern Day Debate pays his debaters, or is supposed to some value, or has, I should say. Not sure all cases, but you can imagine, Kent gets a kickback from that, and then just all the added stuff for advertising his other products on YouTube, his DVDs, his slides, everything, and then of course donations, sweet donations. Without them, where would Kent get more of his SpongeBob toys? Who do I contact about making a lot of money, making anti-Ken Hovind videos? So there's an office in New York you've got to go to. It's in 33 Thomas Street in downtown Manhattan, where, it's the AT&T building that has no windows. There's a room in there. And if you get with the guys at Operation Titan Point, you've gone too far. But there's another room in there that's where you fill out the paperwork to become a paid atheist YouTuber. You or a representative are going to have to go there and ignore the no cameras policy. You actually have to film the entire thing. That's how it works. Otherwise, it's not valid in court. Clandestine operations and all. And also, if you go in the room with the flat Earth maps on the wall, just pretend you didn't see it, unless you want to sign documents with NASA as well. When Ken had DAL in Florida, he was making something like $2 million. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Kent's made money, so he's got to be making money here. Not as much, certainly, but he's making money. Is it them? Are they in the room with us right now?
Said, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Back when he's giving out the 10 Commandments. See, one of the lessons we teach on our tour you take around here, we stop by 3 trees that are all curved together like this.
All right, so I just got called evil as well. Woohoo! Lupin's doing shitty streams about me. Ken Hovind's calling me evil. Things are looking up.
I say, look at that. They followed each other's bad example and went crooked together. Choose your friends carefully. You're better off with no friends than stupid friends. Did you ever do something dumb because you're with a friend who was dumb? Anybody ever done something? Yeah, okay, right.
I'm going to do a show of hands because I'm Ken Hovind. Also, ignoring whatever property might have actually caused those trees to have grown that particular way. In my old neighborhood in the forest near there was a section of trees where all of them were bent in the same direction, because it turns out there is a prevailing wind in that area of, a modest, 40-acre forest. They just all happen to be of the same species and all have bent the same way because of a prevailing wind in that area, just from the way air currents are in the summer. It's kind of fascinating. I only found out from a friend, setting a balloon out every, week. He would bring out a balloon and there'd always be a prevailing wind there right at the upper level. We don't have details. We just noticed that it always seems to be blowing that direction. I'm just bringing it up because what these trees made me think of. That is pretty cool. I don't know where I'm going with this story. I like stories. Let's continue.
Doeg killed 85 priests and their families. He went to their town and slew all the...
Oh, and after talking about calling me an evil terrorist and going back to crooked trees, he's going and talking about Dust Mite Dogecoin and Edo again. All right.
Mothers, the babies, the cows, the sheep. He killed everything. This guy had a hatred because he was trying to get in favor with King Saul. Yeah. David fled to a cave. David departed thence and escaped to the cave of Adullam. And when his brethren, all his father's house, heard it, they went down thither to him. And everyone that was in distress, everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented gathered themselves unto him. That sounds like our crew around here, doesn't it? How many of you have ever been?
Song G, yeah, seriously. You're always going to find some weird trees in there. Some of y'all may recall AJ made reference to the film Fern Gully, like coming up on a year ago, I'm sure. And that's a film I loved as a kid. And the villain in the story, this toxic spirit named Hexus, is living in this tree that's super bloated, super twisted. Forget the species it's modeled after. But it was like just pure evil. There was one of those fucking trees in that forest I was talking about earlier. Same kind of tree. We called it the Hexus tree. It was a landmark when me and my friend would go exploring back there. And yeah, I'll tell the story. I've got video of this, so I almost want to put this video up where we were exploring our first time back there. We had come from the Creekway, so we were coming from his area, from the north on south. I was making a joke of this, quote, being some Blair Witch shit, and a little bit, and right by where we would find that tree I was just talking about, ended up being a lean-to that was constructed in a slight clearing with all kinds of balloon, like normal party balloon wrap around it. Like, I guess it was used as like, hey, you can find it if you're shining a flashlight at night. It was some spooky shit. And as we'd go back there, every couple of weeks, when we'd both be off work, because we both worked the same place at that time, we'd see things change back there, see progress being done on whatever little encampment there was, and then, things disappear, then a new lean-to somewhere else. It was some creepy shit. It was cool, though. I'd love to go back there, but I'm nowhere near there and don't really have any business in that area, so yeah. Plus, they're doing construction there now. I don't think much of the forest will be left in another couple of years. They're taking their time, and it's a whole mess that I don't want to get into. Suffice to say, it makes me sad.
Been in debt or discontented or in distress or, yeah, amen. God can make a mighty army out of those kind of guys, okay? And he became captain over them, and there were with him about 400 men. So the prophet Gad said to David, don't stay in the host. Don't stay where you are. He's coming to get you. Depart, get thee to the land of Judah. Then David departed and came into the forest of Hereth. When Saul heard that David was discovered, and the men that were with him, he had his spear.
From Braden. All I'm saying about hexes, hear me out. Slime beneath me, slime up above. You'll love my toxic love. We'll say, villain comes up and has that kick-ass of a song. I'm going to at least give him the time of day.
Here by him, Saul said, don't any of you feel sorry for me. I can make you captain of 100. I can give you a promotion. Yeah, okay. You conspired against me. There's none that showed me about this league. And Doeg the Edomite said, I'll help you, Saul. The king sent to call Ahimelech the priest, the son of Ahitub, and said, why did you conspire against me? Why did you give David food and a weapon? Well, king, he's your son-in-law. He married your daughter. He's your most faithful servant. He killed Goliath. I thought he was, I didn't know there's any controversy going on. I innocently helped him out. It's okay. Saul said, who's so faithful? Or Ahimelech said, who's so faithful? Did I inquire of God for him? Far be it from me. Let not the king impute this thing to thy servant. And the king said, thou shalt surely die, Ahimelech, thou and all thy father's house. Saul is certifiably insane here, okay? He said to the footmen, you guys turn around and kill him. Kill him.
Who are you to judge them, Kent? Right? Who are you to judge the sanity of some character in your favorite storybook?
All these priests, they wouldn't do it. Doeg, you do it. Doeg slew 85 priests, plus he went to their town, Nob, the city of Nob, and smote with the edge of the sword both men and women, children and sucklings, oxen and asses and sheep with the edge of the sword.
So Doge tore up those asses. Very good. Good job, Doge. Good job.
And David said, I knew it. This guy Doeg. So this Psalm, chapter 52, is written by King David, apparently after all this happened, when Doeg did all this. See, David kept track of events in his life by writing songs about it after it happened. I kind of did that when I was in prison. I wrote a series.
So David was a country music superstar. And that's the story he's going with, is that the dude wrote songs about this stuff. It couldn't just be that these stories were turned into songs for whatever purpose from the even Old Testament, Israelite groups and such, and wherever these things originate. Geesh. This is going to immediately be, just turned into songs. That's how he wrote his thing. He just made songs about his life. Okay, then.
Series of short stories, hundreds of them, called Why on Earth Did God Let This Happen, for heaven's sake? You can get that book on our website, drdino.com. Why did God let this happen? I would write short stories. Why does God allow suffering? The Acts writes to the woodsman. There's a letter from Noah, a letter from Ebed-Melech. Anyway, it was really fun to write and helped me chronicle my time in prison and remember special events.
It was very fun to write, but it's not a fun read.
David wrote the book of, he wrote half the Psalms, and they were to remember different events like this. So the psalmist describes Doeg as a boastful, treacherous man, a liar and slanderer, who trusted in riches and loved evil more than good. The psalm contrasts Doeg's wickedness with David's trust in God's mercy. So here we go. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? Remember, King David is writing this, and it probably rhymed in Hebrew as a song. The goodness of God endureth continually. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, talking about Doeg, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Selah, that means stop and think about it. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. Selah, stop and think about it. The righteous also shall see and fear.
What is with that little giggle he does randomly? Like, sometimes it makes sense, but other times it's just out of nowhere. It's like some nervous tick or something.
And shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness. Yeah, you trust your riches, and you see how far that gets you. When Isaiah tells about Lucifer falling from heaven. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
You know, and something about the entire Lucifer concept here, Satan, what have you, this idea of this ultimate opposer and the power given to this character by Christians. It's interesting that they treat it as if that is at all possible and that God saw this as an actual tangible threat, meaning that Satan, Lucifer, whatever, is equal to or more powerful than Yahweh, which isn't supposed to be possible in the theology, which means that this guy is of no threat whatsoever. And the only reason Magic Sky Daddy did anything about it is because he got his fifis hurt that someone would even think about doing that. Or that the deity actually has that much power, as people seem to act like, because they act like it's going to take over the world and it's already influencing everything in the world and da-da-da-da-da, and just none of it makes any sense.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Then they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, consider thee, and say, is this the man that made earth to tremble and did shake the kingdoms? You know, Judgment Day, when we see Satan bound and cast into hell, we're all going to say, that's it? That's the guy that caused all this trouble? How many saw the old movie Wizard of Oz years ago? Remember all the troubles going on and finally...
Kent. But you're giving power to this entity to have caused these problems. That's the confusing part.
The little dog pulls back.
I'm pretty sure your God is actually pathetic as well. Because if we're made in its image, the deity probably stands perfectly normal height, or actually would be smaller given the lower heights that people used to be back in the day, would be shorter than the average person these days, and is probably otherwise perfectly normal, rather than being some mystical giant bearded dude who looks like Santa Claus after retirement.
Back a curtain. That's it? That little guy's causing all this trouble? That's it? We're going to see it say that when we see Satan cast into hell. That's it?
Mapleson hitting the nail on the head. If Lucifer is the ultimate opposer, does that make Yahweh the ultimate poser? See, I run a theory that the entire Bible is actually written from the perspective of the villain, that God is the bad guy. I need to refine it more, but that's honestly my take on things, is that he's actually the bad guy.
That's it. Yep. This is the man. So back to Psalm 42. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. I will praise thee forever, because thou hast done it, and I will wait on thy name. It is good before thy saints. Wait on the Lord, and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. There's a song. You can sing it. I don't know if I can.
No, don't sing. Don't sing.
Wait on the Lord, and be of good
Ah, fuck, he's singing.
courage. Wait on the Lord, and be of good courage. Wait on the Lord, and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. So you wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord. David knew this guy Doeg had, for the time, won the victory. He got Saul's favor. He killed all the priests, killed their families, and now he's in good with Saul. Saul thinks he's a hero. David knew, I'm going to wait on the Lord. Let the Lord settle this. And boy, the Lord did. Took Saul out, okay, and made David king. They that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and many foolish and hurtful lusts, which men drowned men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Doeg probably
Yeah, so that's how Kent can justify having money. See how he slips that in there?
tired of being a lowly shepherd for King Saul. Could be king, K-I-N-G. 2 in the morning, you type wrong letters. Wanted to show his great zeal and gain political favor, leading to a new position in the kingdom and greater riches. Jesus warned us, at the end, ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Ye shall be hated. He told us 4 different times. I think he wants us to get the message.
Once again, Magic Book Full of Bullshit contains passages that say that people won't like what's being said in Magic Book of Bullshit and might not like you because you go promoting Magic Book of Bullshit.
Good people are hated by wicked people. So keep that in mind when your friends say, oh, if you don't do what we say and don't take these drugs and don't drink this alcohol and don't do what we say, you can't be our friend. That's standard. Okay. You just decide, as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. My little Toyota Corolla Sprinter. I love that little car. I painted a racing stripe across the bottom with mask it off and spray painted it. Joshua 24:15, my life verse. Has been for 56 years now. What are you living for? Can't wait for another promotion, get more money? Okay, that's what you want.
Yeah, because money is practical. You need money to live in the world because medical costs in this country are absolutely fucking absurd. The housing market is a complete shit show. Food ain't cheap. Gas ain't cheap. Nothing is as affordable as it once was. Yeah, people want that promotion so they can have to struggle a little less in their lives. It's just how it works, Kent. Because the lives we have, we know we have. We have to endure them. Your perpetual obsession over some magical happy afterlife is just wishful thinking.
I just want to win souls to the Lord. Okay, thank you for joining us, folks. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for this amazing story of Doeg. Lord, I pray that you help us to watch out for wicked
blah,
people that are
blah,
trying to
blah,
get
blah,
promoted
blah,
in our
blah.
things. Please protect us, Father.
We're going
I
to
pray that you'll use our little ministry.
turn this fucker down.
Now and stir up other people to start ministries and do something for your kingdom.
Yeah,
Jesus'
when I
name.
was little, I
Right, questions or
thought
comments,
that
brother?
the Satan character was a good guy as well for that very nature of doing the whole
Was
punishment.
Jesus ever a king like David? No.
It just made sense to me. Just going through some comments here. Yeah, the Baath is the true name of God according to some Gnostics. That's what the crusade in France was to purge. Fascinating. Very fascinating. Poltergeist 2. Looks like Hovind's tax dollars to pay for your food and health care. Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly. Socialism bad, okay?
He will be. He presented himself to be king, and they rejected him. 3 days later, they crucified him. But no, he's coming. Why would God need Goliath? David, oh, God doesn't need the sword. David needed it, I guess. So the other person would get the point. Or the edge, whichever one explains it to him. It's funny that Kent calls Dan a coward. He's off. Okay, well, tell him to debate me. A cult Nino. I'll debate any of you guys. Did Simon Dan say he'd debate?
I'll debate you. I'll debate all of you with half my brain tied behind my back. Hovind, and my 15-foot whale penis tied behind my back and up my butt. Yeah, Hovind.
Debate me? Bring it on. It's got to be on evolution. They want.
Yeah, it's always got to be on what you want because it's what you're prepared for. You can't actively discuss any other subject, you dumb fuck.
Let's talk about contradictions in the Bible or something. It's not my. I don't have to defend the Bible.
The hell you don't.
They want all of us to pay for their religion to be taught in schools. The burden of proof's on them. Tell them.
That's not how burden of proof works. It's not a religion, and whether or not something is taught in schools or especially tax funded is irrelevant to the actual validity of it. You fucking liar.
Dan, Kent's available anytime. He'll debate you every day for the next week. Okay, younger means deposited earlier, not physically younger.
And he's just deer in headlights. The layers, Kent. Talking about the layers. This has been explained to you.
What am I missing here?
You don't know shit. Oh, and this is at 1.25 speed, and this is his reaction.
Debate you every day for the next week. Okay, younger means deposited earlier, not physically younger. What am I missing here?
Talking about the geological column, the Earth, the dirt being deposited.
Well, you mean does depositing it change the age of it? If I shuffle a deck of cards, is the top card now younger?
Has been explained to him ad nauseum. He's just an intentional horse's ass for not getting this and still repeating this shit.
If I move this dirt over here on top of this dirt, it's now younger because I deposited. Is that what you're saying? You better do some serious reflection.
Oh fuck, we got AJ popped up out of nowhere. Hey buddy, I was just about to wrap things up, but you in the mood to join in? Cause I'm game. Ken, honestly, science classes and evolution classes should be should be tax exempt. Think your fuel is expensive? You see how expensive it is here? Yeah, I mean, we still have pretty cheap gasoline here in the States.
Kind of what you've been taught. It's dumb. Okay? Thank you for what you do. Well, thank you, David. Appreciate that. Now you go do the same. All right. That's it. That's it. See you tomorrow. Bye.
And people clap. Oh. So that was that. That was Kent's most recent stream that happened during the time we were streaming. AJ, if you're still around and want up in, I was thinking you and me could look at some of those Lupin streams about you. Yeah. You know, AJ, I really kind of don't want to, but at the same rate, if we're doing it together, might as well. Want to do it on your channel? That way you got some content going out, because I've done my share of streaming. At this point, I'm just along for the ride. AJ's currently eating cereal. All right. Sorry, AJ. Creasy was moving to Kent's brain. You're going to have to share. Rent is still free. Don't encourage him by clapping, and I'm willing to have a roommate. Hell yeah. And get out of this fucking shithole, Memphis. Oh, you meant Kent's head. Damn. I ain't moving to Alabama. I ain't moving to no damn Alabama unless it was Huntsville. Yeah. They are pretty funny, but we can look at the debate Kent did about Flood with that guy. I mean, I'm up for whatever. You know, it's whatever, AJ. If you want to do something here in a hot minute once you're done, can totally. 9% completion, so close. Hell yeah, Zach. Keep it up. But yeah, with looks like AJ and I have a bit of a plan here in a minute, and yeah, we'll regroup in Discord, and we are going to figure this out. So that is the end of this stream. I thank everybody for joining in and having fun. As always, y'all are awesome. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for those channel membership donations, Mapleson. Again, thanks to everybody for coming. Much love. Y'all are awesome.